Next is time response of the first order system. Time response means the time response of a system is the output of the system as a function of time when subjected to given input. The time response of a system is the output. Time response is the system is the output of the system as function of time when the subject is given input. This system is like a behavior like a human. Suppose on hearing the same information, the all people do not react in the same way. Suppose the on subject is listen hearing the suppose and the same information listening a different type of human, but all the people do not react in the same way. They react will different type. Some people respond quickly to the information and other take much longer time to react. Some people react very quickly and other people take much longer time for a react. Or some people are overexcited while others do not show any interest. So some people react their react is overexcited and some people do not any interest or do not give the any react. Similarly, if we inject the same type and equal amplitude, if we inject the same type and equal amplitude input signal to different system, suppose the same type of equal amplitude input signal to different system, or some system respond quickly and some respond slowly and some over excited and bounce around, while others slightly respond, or some system don't respond or they are no interest. This behavior of the systems referred as the dynamic of the system. So time response is the part of the system is like a human behavior. That then the transient response and steady stay response. Transient response and steady stay response. Transient response and steady state response is equal to total response. Suppose the C suffix C into T is the total time response is equal to transient response. Transient response plus steady state response. Suppose a smart system, suppose a smart system, there is a time, there is the amplitude, amplitude, it is a amplitude and there is a signal. The signal is input to the system at a time. The signal will steady. This region is called the transient region and this region is called steady state region. This region is called the steady state region, and this part is called the transient region. transient, resident. So it is one type of a smart system. A smart system. From the transfer function of first order system, from the transfer function of the first order first order system, we can write the Laplace transform of the output. We can write the Laplace transform of the output. The first order transfer function is Cs by Rs is equal to K by tau s plus 1. It is the first order transfer function. We know that the transfer function Gs is equal to Cs by Rs. It is the output and it is the input. And this equation compared to the equation compared to the equation of first order equation, this equation compared to the equation, it is the output, it is the input. We know that the transfer function ratio Gs is equal to Cs by Rs. It is the output, it is the input. This y within bracket s equal to Cs, x s is equal to Rs. It is the transfer function, it's equivalent to this output to input ratio. We'll take we'll see the equation. So we can write the Cs by Rs by 1 is equal to 1 by tau s plus 1. Then the output of the equation Cs is the output is equal to K by tau s plus 1 into Rs. It is the output of the system. If you know that if you know the type of input signal, it is the Laplace transform of the input signal and output signal. It is the Laplace transform of input signal. We'll see the input signal before the Laplace transform. If we know the type of signal, input signal, we know that the type of input signal are within bracket t. Within t, it is the input signal before Laplace transform. After Laplace transform, input signal is Rs. And we'll see that Laplace transform is, and it is Laplace transform Laplace transform R within bracket S. Then we can easily obtain the output. Then we can easily obtained the output response. Output response is C in bracket T by taking inverse Laplace transform of C within bracket S. C within bracket T by taking inverse Laplace transform. Inverse Laplace transform of C within bracket S, that is C within bracket output is equal to inverse Laplace transform then third bracket C then S bracket close. Easily obtain the response C within bracket T is the before the Laplace transform of output signal. It is the C within bracket T by taking the inverse Laplace transform of Cs, that is the Ct is equal to L inverse Cs by bracket. So it is the inverse Laplace transform. Thus we know that the Cs value is equal to this value k by tau s plus 1 into Rs. This value I will put in this portion. Then we'll get the here I will put the value of Cs. The Cs value, Cs means output value, k by tau into s plus 1 into R into s. Say within bracket C within bracket T is the time response of the system. Time response of the system for the input RT provide the initial condition are 0. For the T is the time response of the system. T is the time response of the system. Then impulse response, we will see the impulse response of first order system. The input signal is impulse. Then we will get the another equation. The impulse response of a first order system. Response of first order system. Let the transfer function of the system. You know that the transfer function of first order Cs by Rs is equal to k by tau s plus 1. It is the impulse response of the, therefore R within bracket T is equal to lambda t. It is the when The input signal is impulse. The response is impulse. Their Laplace transform is Rs is equal to 1. RT, yeah, their Laplace transform Rs and lambda t, their Laplace transform is 1. For an impulse input, for an impulse input, we know that the equation Cs is equal to k tau s plus 1 into Rs. We know that the value of Rs is equal to 1. Here I'll put the value of Rs s plus 1 into 1. K the by here the tau will get common as s plus 1 by tau here is common is Cs. Cs is equal to k by tau is common is plus 1 by tau. Next I will do the inverse Laplace transform. The Cs, their inverse Laplace transform is C within bracket T L inverse their inverse Laplace transform is k by tau is common s plus 1 by tau. By tau by k is equal to tau by e to the power minus t by tau যেহেতু এখানে here the t value is greater than equal to 0. We know the value of the L inverse 1 by s plus a equal to e to the power minus a t. It is the formula of inverse Laplace transform. The L minus 1 by 1 plus s plus a to the power minus a t. This equation compare to this equation, and s equal to this s and 1 by tau is equal to a, then their result e to the power minus a t. Here the value minus t by tau is equal to a. Here the a equal to their value tau inverse. At t is equal to 0, then output of time response is equal to k by tau. When t is equal to 0, then the output is equal to k by tau. At t tends to infinity, then c the output is equal to 0. So it is the time response of first order system when they applied the impulse response of the first order system. The next topic we will see the input their input will be unit step response of first order system. It is the impulse response of first order system. Next I will do tomorrow the unit step response of first order system.